Let's talk about stress, right? So billable hours often are associated. Well, just look, being a lawyer is associated with stress. Doesn't matter
Sure.
if you're a contingency, whatever. Um, how do you handle stress?
Yeah, there's definitely stress. I think it's just the nature of the job. That's one of the reasons I love my job is because it probably has a little bit less stress than a lot of other subfields of law, just
Hmm.
because I don't know, you're handling long form deals and stuff like that. It's not necessarily people, say like in a family law situation or like a criminal law situation where there's a little bit more immediately at stake.
Right.
Like if someone's going to lose possession of their belongings or lose possession of their kids or whatever it might be, or face jail time. It's a bit more stressful for them,
Mm.
right? And you can see how that would overflow, and there's more deadlines because you're proceeding to court and that kind of thing. And in my case, it's not quite as bad. So there's definitely stress. I don't know. You deal with it however you can. I learn from the people I work with. How they do things. I personally blow off steam. You know, I like to work out, go for a run or something like that. I don't know. The billable hour thing is definitely crazy. I know a guy who is an attorney, and he recently took a job that has a bit of a pay raise, but not like a lot.
Hmm.
But I think his main reason for taking it, and I don't even know if he'd admit to that, is the reason because it's a job that doesn't require billable hours,
Mm.
which to him I guess mattered enough, where he didn't want to stick around. But
Right.
I think from what I understand, he's going to be working as legal counsel to a company, so it's not an actual firm. Um, but I don't think he's going to have the expectation that he's supposed to bring in business, and there's not going to be billable hours, which is like kind of two burdens off your chest if
Right.
you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about bringing people in or any of that. It's like, oh, cool. I just punch my card and do my work. Yeah,
Right.
sounds kind of good on paper, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, and I guess the reason, and this is a topic that I focus on quite a bit because of the extremely high rates of like depression, alcoholism, all these things
yeah,
that are
yeah,
associated
yeah.
with the legal profession. And, obviously it's stressful.
Mhm.
Um, but many attorneys, they deal with the stress in a very unhealthy way, and it shows substance abuse,
Yeah.
alcoholism, all that stuff.
Yeah. I know both of us have met people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Who, and honestly, probably even people we could point to who maybe aren't at that point, but we could definitely see them being at that point.
Yeah.
And however many years goes by, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think you have to find other outlets, whether it's I don't know, coping by spending time with someone, or some other kind of outlet, working out, or some kind of hobby. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's 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 not worth killing yourself over.
Yeah, yeah. Would you say there's a stigma?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
I think definitely. There's still, even though there's been a lot of modern progress with that, there's definitely a stigma in any field. I think of really getting mental health help, but like just in society really.
Mhm.
But that's changed a lot, and maybe with attorneys in particular, I think because you're kind of like a fixer, and you control and influence such important parts of people's lives that maybe when you're put in that position of like power, there is a bit of a stigma of like getting mental health help. But there's plenty of like resources out there. I think that the state bar has something, right? Don't they have like
Yeah,
a
they
lawyer's?
do. It seems like every state bar.
I don't know what it's called, but it's a service you can contact, and they can whatever, maybe they get you therapy or something like that.
I feel like it's underutilized quite
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I think we could all probably serve from it, to be honest.
right.
Yeah.